Fire officials are still working to figure out what caused a large fire to break out at a chemical plant in Rubbertown. It broke out around 7:30 yesterday morning at the Zeon Chemicals plant, which makes materials for rubber. That's on Bells Lane in PRP. You can see this video sent from a viewer. The fire pretty large. We know multiple agencies worked to extinguish the fire. No injuries were reported, and officials say there is no threat to the air quality. And this comes at the tail end of an intense week for Louisville firefighters. You can see on your screen now the remnants of a massive explosion at the Givaudan factory in Clifton. The Tuesday explosion killed multiple employees. One was found by Louisville Fire inside the building, buried under rubble. Just 2 days later, the fire department spent 9 hours rescuing a construction worker who was stuck under nearly 12 feet of debris. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester have the story of a community sharing their pride and gratitude for our city's first responders.
Because they're practically holding the entire city in the palm of their hands. And so we as a city are grieving, but also it also promotes more love and more support for what our fire department, our EMS, and what our police department does.
The Louisville Fire Department had an intense week.
Wow. I mean, congratulations to the guys we have working in the fire department. I mean, I can't imagine how tired those guys must be. And hats off to them.
Tuesday, an explosion at the Givaudan plant in the Clifton neighborhood that killed 2 employees.
I just couldn't believe it, that something like that happened in our city's backyard that affected so many people both near and far.
Thursday, a construction worker lived through a nearly 9-hour rescue, trapped in almost 12 feet of rubble and debris at a downtown demolition site. In 3 other factories across the metro caught fire throughout the week. Horton Fruit Company, Nugent Sand Company, and a Zeon Chemicals plant. There were no reported injuries from any of the fires.
Really? Again? That's all I thought. I mean, is there going to be another one tomorrow? Who knows?
Louisville Fire Chief Brian O'Neill reflected on the tough week with WHAS 11 News on Friday.
I know going to work every day that I am fortunate enough to be the chief of the greatest fire department in the universe. I know it every day, and when the rest of the world gets to see it, it makes me proud.
These tragedies causing Louisville to hold its breath. Residents are saying that this week is weighing on the community, but it's also a week where Louisville can come out more unified.
The more that we struggle, the more that we face challenges, both collectively and personally, the more that it promotes leaning on community for strength, for support, for love. You know, that's what this city is known for.
Shout out to our first responders. Call your friends. Call your parents, tell everybody you love them, because you never know what's going to happen.
These moments, a striking reminder for a city that's grieving to lean on one another. In Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11, on your side.
And in a press conference on Friday, Givaudan's president and CEO said the company is taking accountability for Tuesday's explosion. She also said homeowners impacted will be compensated. And Givaudan set up a hotline for those who have questions and want to submit property damage, but the hotline does not call the company directly. Instead, it goes to Belfor, a third-party company dealing with the fire damage restoration services in J-Town. For some residents in Clifton, the lack of direct communication with Givaudan has been frustrating. That includes homeowner Kim Hart, who has a property across the street from the site blast.
And I asked the guy that answered if they were working with the company and if the cost of repairing my home would be from the company or me, and he said he didn't know.
The company's president told us Givaudan went through a third party because it does not have the staff to answer calls. And if you need to report any property damage, the hotline number is on your screen right now. That number, 1-800-856-3333. And as a reminder, the company will come face-to-face with residents in a community meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. It's at the United Crescent Hill Ministries building on State Street. Metro Council member Andrew Owen will be there as well. And a local bar and grill is hosting a fundraiser today to help raise money for Clifton neighbors affected by that explosion. The fundraiser is at Spring Street Bar and Grill in Irish Hill, just a few blocks down from Givaudan's factory. The restaurant says it will be donating 10% of all sales of both dine-in and carry-out orders to those in need. And that starts at 11 o'clock this morning, and that goes all day.